All right. Updates on sobriety. Where are we at, big dog? Arr!
I'm on day 8.
Day 8?
Yeah.
What? Day 8 of... still no alcohol, right?
Still no alcohol.
How long are we on the alcohol sobriety train? Because that's worth
Alcohol has been since January 1st.
That's fucking awesome.
But I don't see it that way.
I know, but you got to take stock of the positive.
I guess. I just, you know, I don't know. Like, I have this weird thing where...
Oh, we've noticed.
Oh, boy. Like, there's this feeling I have. I don't know if because it's the accumulation of all the weird effects of DXM and the ketamine trials I did. But I have this weird feeling, almost to a level of surreality, that I've been trapped in this, like, almost capsule of mind ever since I first did that Dex. Like, I think about that. Like, I think there was almost like a break in the timeline of David from that first time I did that, because it was
Dex or ketamine?
Dex.
Okay.
But the ketamine, like, because I would have these. I don't know if I told you about this stuff. I mean, I don't think I've told really anybody about this. Like, so now I'm going to tell.
We'll tell all 37 of our listeners.
Oh no, we got way more than that.
48.
No, I have these weird sort of, like, I had this experience when I was under ketamine, where I had this feeling of, it was like a sort of endless horizon. I wrote this short story that actually, it was kind of based a little bit upon this, called The Ice Cream Aisle, and it was, but in my real life, like, it was this idea of this horizon that was endless but opening. And I was just on the cusp of it, and then I'd fall back into reality. And it was just like, and I had it through this ketamine.
This was an internal feeling when you're on ketamine?
This was almost like almost visual. I could see it when I was on ketamine.
Okay, on ketamine.
But then I could visualize it in my head, right? And then I have these moments sometimes where I lay in bed and I think that I would feel it again, and it's just like, what if I woke up and I'm just back, like, this has all been like a sort of dream. I'm back to that night, December 31st, where I was drunk at that function, and you know, because I think it's with the DXM abuse, it's been so novel and different and acute that it feels like a separate part of my life. Like this,
like almost like you enter a video game or something.
I mean, what I'm saying is, like, this past almost year now has been different from all the others.
In what way exactly?
In the feeling of that, like, reality feels different. Mm-hmm. Like, truly, like, I've had some, like, really, and again, this is probably actually with the ketamine treatment as well too, like, real big shifts of, like, how I've thought about reality, and sometimes it went for good and I'd get some sobriety off it, but then I'd fall back. But, like, I started grasping some of these bigger things, like everything being temporary, like, a lot more. And then I started, like, having these ideas, these really strange, like, weird ideas of just, man, what if I had these feelings like, what if I died today, and then I'd almost have like a flashback of that endless horizon opening up, and it'd just be like, no, dude, this was all a dream. Like, I feel like I have this, I can't describe it at all, like, why I feel this way, but I feel like in the near future, whenever, I'm just going to wake up to that December 31st.
Does this produce anxiety, or is it just like an even keel?
It produces anxiety because it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But do you actually believe that you're...
No.
Okay.
But, like, it gets more like, you know, like, it's weird.
Does
it's
it come
pervasive.
and go? Does it come and go, or is, like, you're 8 days out from your last relapse of DXM? Is it a persistent thing, or does it come and go throughout those 8 days?
By the way, it's not hinging on the use.
Okay. Oh, I see. It's just sort of happening. Maybe something sparked it, but now it's just kind of a constant thing, regardless of if you're in relapse or recovery.
Yeah, and it just, like, it feels like I'm just, I don't know, like, I know people get stuck in cycles in a life, like a very, like, acute cycle of, like, oh man, I was just I was so crazy in this one phase,
Mm-hmm.
like a very hardcore phase. Like you can extrapolate it to like maybe a big phase. Like for like 10 years, I was super religious, or like there was 1 year where I was like super gung ho about like these weightlifting and these supplements and stuff. Like it wasn't that I was my identity was this. Like you can measure it in kind of this weird way. Like my identity was this, my life was this. Or this was a little thing I did on the side, or I was really into this hobby, like on the lower end. And I feel like with my life, it's just like I'm just trapped. I'm trying to break out because the thing is that it would almost be a miracle because I don't feel the pull to drink too much. Every once in a while, it seems like a great idea. You know, I have as I call it, I could go, you know, whenever the counselor would ask me, it's like, David, do you have any cravings or any urges today? When I didn't have any, I would just be like, no, but I could always go for one. But I'm past that. So if I could get past this DXM stuff, it would be like, oh my God, I can. If I drop that, then I feel this relief from getting away from drinking. But I'm just trapped because the weird thing is.
Well, do you feel like if you can get past the DXM use that this, well, what you're explaining to me sounds like some version of derealization.
Dude, yeah. Keep bringing that up. I like.
Is that bad?
No. I just I don't know what it is. Like I feel like it's just a strange, like I said, sorality.
Like Bo Burnham said, Googling derealization and hating what you find.
Oh,
but it seems like that element of surreality, that element of being in some almost alternative timeline, or feeling like things just aren't quite real in the way they used to be. I mean, that seems like quintessential form of derealization, which is not uncommon and overcomeable.
Yeah, and it feels like it. I think it's you partner that with addiction, like a new addiction, because that's this whole thing.
That they feed off each other. Is anything clearly prior to the other? Like, did you do DXM and then this derealization came?
It's right with the DXM.
They're just intertwined inexorably. And
I think it's sprung forth from the DXM use.
Right. Yes. But no matter how much sober time you get, granted you haven't had like 6 months, 9 months.
Right, yeah, in that time.
But no matter how much sobriety that you get, it's still, that sensation is still there.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm. You feel it right now?
Yeah.
What does it feel like right now when you're sitting down talking to me?
What it feels like is that this is your life, David, and you're going at it, but something needs to happen to start your life again. Like, you can survive some of these days, you can get some sobriety, but something, and that's impending, something needs to happen to break you out of this, like,
stagnation, this purgatory,
or this, like, this hamster wheel that's just caught on, and just, I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm just out of orbit, like an astronaut that's just out of reach, and it's just like I just need to get back into it, and like the gravity will finally start pulling me back in.
Do you have any semblance of what that thing that needs to change is, or is it just so vague that's kind of what's the frustrating aspect?
Well, dude, I had this moment where I was really, really depressed, and I went to the psych ward recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
How long ago?
It was about 2 weeks ago.
How long did you stay?
Just 3 days. It was probably one of my shortest days, but
because of pure depression.
But I mixed in with the DXM use, and I led to that. But it was mainly just like this, really just bad day that overcame me. And it was an accumulation of this stuff, and it was just like, I need to break out of this. And I remember I had this moment. I was laying in bed, and it felt like, dude, it was almost like existential edging, where like the drums were rolling and the beat was like, I felt like this adrenaline pumping through me, and I felt like I'm gonna have this come to God moment. I don't know what it's gonna be, but there's gonna be something. Something's about to unveil itself, because like I'm in this different place. It's not only low, but it's different. And now something's about to unveil itself, and it was like, wah. Nothing happened.
Some sort of like, something felt like it was about to culminate, but it never did.
And it was just silence. And so I just was like, okay.
Silence? What do you mean by that?
Where I really,
internal silence?
Yeah. I actually got up in bed and sat in bed and just kind of looked at the ceiling, and I was just like, I really felt something, and then it was just like, this is it, and then it just nothing. It was just waiting, like loading screen, and then it was just like, okay, this is never gonna load, and I just clicked it off.
Wow, that is fucking weird.
And I was just like, did I miss my bus?
Or was the internal silence the culmination? Was that the thing you're supposed to notice?
I thought, and I was doing this thing. I was like, oh no, David, you're doing too much commentary thinking. Stop. And I just was like, okay, stop. And I really did. I used all my meditation techniques and everything like that. And then it just was like, nothing's happening.